baits. Today we're going to talk about the new Shake-N-Rattle. We've had a lot of questions about this product, so we're going to go ahead and do a quick video about what it is and what it does. We've had a lot of time, research, development in this project, a lot of man hours, a lot of pro insight. So we'll go ahead and discuss why we believe it's the best shaky head you can buy. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at a Shake-N-Rattle out of its package. First thing you're going to notice is the cylinder sticking out the back. That is your built-in rattle. Never seen a shaky head come out of the package with a rattle built in, but now we have one for you. That's actually housed behind flat lead on the bottom, which is going to cause this shaky head to stand up at all times. It's built around a football head, which is going to keep it from falling over left and right. Not very pronounced on this 1/4, but on your 3/8 and your 3/4, you'll see that football head very pronounced. Next, we're going to look at the distance that the bait keeper sticks out. If you see the shank sticking out there, we did that so you can actually adjust your hooking options, which I've never seen in a shaky head before. I'll demonstrate that here in a minute. Next, you're going to notice the wide gap hooks we use. Did that for better hookups. You're going to have that distance. Even though you have a straight shank hook, you have a wide gap at the top. It's going to cause that worm to collapse when your bass bites it and give you a better hookup. Lastly, the 45-degree angle that this hook sits at, we spent a lot of time on. You put a craw or a worm on a normal shaky head and it wants to stick straight up. To me, a craw at that angle is not a natural state. You put it at a 45, you put that craw back in a defense position, and it's actual natural looking bait for a bass to eat. We're going to go ahead and throw some baits on here and demonstrate this in the fish tank. Alright, so let's take a look at rigging this setup here. A lot of pros know about this. For the amateurs, this is a very simple and effective way to rig your baits. So when coming out of your package, you have your normal keeper set up here. What you're going to do, stick it in the middle of your bait, twist it on down to the very end. Your bait's on and it's set up just to be plugged in to be fish weedless if you're fishing a lot of heavy cover. Straight into the bait, no hook out, good hook set, you got it plugged. Now when I was talking about this bait keeper, all you have to do is if you want to skin hook this, say you're fishing offshore, you're not really worried about getting hung up a lot, you're going to press that keeper all the way into the hook and get that hook angle on that line, just like a Texas rig. Punch it through, skin hook it, and now your shaky head, Shake-N-Rattle is fully adjustable for whatever rigging option you plan on using for that day. Let's go ahead and get this one in the tank and I'll show you how it sits at that 45-degree angle. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at this shake and crawl rigged up on a Shake-N-Rattle 1/4. I'm going to go ahead and just jerk this around and show you what I was talking about, how it cannot fall over. No matter what I do, this head is going to keep this crawl in the position you want. You just listen to it rattle around. You cannot knock this bait over. We have soft sand in here. It's not a hard bottom. Even if it wants to try to fall, it's going to balance itself and it's always going to sit. Now if you look at that 45-degree angle I was talking about, that's a lot more natural position for a craw to sit at, not at a 90-degree angle across to the defense position when they are being attacked by a bass or about to be eaten. Alright, I'm going to share one of my biggest secrets during bedding season. This is the only bait I throw. I'm actually taking some pretty good checks doing this. Fluke on a Shake-N-Rattle. What this does, I'll keep this fluke on a bed. It will drive a bass crazy if you're using the right colors. It actually looks like a little fish down there, brim, shellcracker, whatnot, that's eating their eggs. And I've never met a bass, no matter what kind of bed it was, no matter if they were mating, post-spawn, pre-spawn, if they're around the beds, they slam this thing. I haven't even had to spend too much time playing with the fish. The second they see this kind of fish body down on the bed, and it looks like they're eating or messing up the bed, they just crush this thing. Alright, here's one of my go-to everyday rigs. This is actually an 8.5-inch worm we make just for the Shake-N-Rattle. When I'm looking for a bigger bite, when I feel like I need to get the kicker in the bag, I'll take this big old worm and float it around and see how big it is, and it floats up. Very visual strike for a bass. They can lock onto it from long distances. This size worm would knock any other shaky head over. You put it on the Shake-N-Rattle and it's just going to stand for you no matter what you do. It's going to flop around. Even if you get some current in here, all it's going to do, no matter how hard I sway in here, it's just going to give you a lot more movement in your worm. It's going to attract those fish. It's always going to stand for you. It's always going to dance, and that bigger worm is going to get you some bigger bites. And lastly, let's go ahead and take a look at a lot of anglers' favorite bait to throw on a shaky head. It's just a zoom trick worm and peanut butter jelly. And you see that angle that I was talking about. This is why everyone wants to throw it. That tail sticks straight up at all times. Can't get it to fall over. I could throw this thing all the way to the ceiling right now and drop it in, and that's exactly how it's going to land. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Now you have a little insight on the Shake-N-Rattle from Honey Badger Baits. Get out there, get on the site, www.honeybadgerbaits.com. Pick yourself up some of these. I promise you they will catch fish and you won't be disappointed. Check back randomly for new videos I'll be posting. Next we're going to talk about some jigs, fluke hooks, things of that nature. Everyone have a good day and tight lines.